All right, it's tip of the day. Today we have an ON semiconductor, an MC33161 universal voltage monitor. What is a monitor? Something that monitors the voltage. It just sees if the voltage is too high or too low for various reasons, okay? So this particular part is in a Micro 8 package, which is teeny tiny. And so I've had to use a little adapter board to get it to go to dip. So you can see a picture of it here. It looks real cute. So what is this part? Let's take a look at its block diagram. That's the easiest way to understand it. So first of all, it is open collector output. So there's two outputs, 1 and 2. And here they just show an application where this LED lights up when this one is activated, or this one is activated, or they're both activated. That LED is going to be on, right? And let's take a look at the inputs. There is a comparator with some hysteresis. That's what this little signal is here. So there's a comparator with some hysteresis, and it compares the incoming voltage to 1.27 volts. So if you're above 1.27 volts, you get a high, and when you're below 1.27 volts, you get a low. And so then there's this input, which is exactly the same. So both of these trip exactly at 1.27 volts, okay? So what are these comparators? What are they doing in there? I got one here at 2.8 volts and one here at 0.6 volts. What the heck are those? That's the most complicated part of this chip. And why is there a voltage reference? Okay, you really don't need a voltage reference because there's already one down here. You already got 1 point. So what they do is they take this 1.27 volts, which is actually the voltage reference, and they double it and provide it here on pin 1. And that pin 1 then just gives you a random number, okay, that happens to be below 2.8 and more than 0.6. So it's between these two voltages, right? So they call it a mode select. Pin 7 is a mode select. So pin 7 comes in here, and if you're bigger than 2.8, this goes high. If you're lower than 2.8, it's low. Here, if you're greater than 0.6 volts, it's low. Or it's low true in. Yeah, so if you're bigger than 2.8, you're low. Bigger than 2.8, you're high. Here, if you're bigger than 0.6, you're low. And if you're less than 0.6, you're high, right? So it gives you a voltage kind of in the middle of these two. So you could either, in your application, tie pin 7 to VCC, and then it would be more than 2.8. Or you could tie it to ground, which would be less than 0.6. And with this exclusive OR here, it basically inverts the thing. If you want this guy to be low true, you can flip the bits. If you want it to be high true, you can flip the bits. And the same thing here. So it gives you 3 different modes of high, low, high, or both low, right? It's just the way it is. It's just a funny little circuit the way they do it here. And like I said again, they're open collector outputs, all right? And then in this particular application, this is just an application, they have here some voltage they want to measure, and they're going to bring a resistor divider into the part. So at this point, you're checking it for 1.27 volts, but at this point, you're checking it for 1.27 volts. So let's say that you have 10K, 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 so all the R's are the same. So then basically you have 1/3 of the voltage here and you have 2/3 of the voltage here. So when 1/3 of the voltage is bigger than 1.27, this will trip. And then when the 2/3 of the voltage is greater than 1.27, this won't trip. And that's just the way this application is. So it's kind of like I said, kind of a fun little part. But yeah, let's go see if it works. All right, so what I have here is that diagram that we just saw. It's a 10K, 10K, and 10K, a resistor divider. So we're going to be operating on the 2/3 of the voltage and 1/3 of the voltage being somewhere around 1.27 volts. Okay, that's where this thing will trip. And then I have the two outputs wired separately. So one of the outputs is tied to this LED, and one of the outputs is tied to this LED, right? And then this is just a potentiometer between the input and ground. So 5 volts is going in. So if I twist this knob, I can change that voltage between 0 and 5 volts, right? If I turn the knob, I can get this one to light, and then I can get the other one not to light. What's going on here? Something happened. I'm sorry, must have shorting something out. Let's try that one again. Yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah, we can get that one to light, or neither one to light, or that one to light. So this would be a too high or too low condition. I don't remember which is which. Let's see. This LED is going to pin 6. Pin 6 would be the low condition, okay? So this would be too low, and this would be too high, and then somewhere in the middle is the happy place, right? So let's measure the voltage that we have going in. Let's see, that would be this one here on the potentiometer. Let's hook that up to a DVM. Uh-oh. And it's just tripped. Why is my DVM tripping the input? My input impedance too big for this thing? That's pretty weird. How can it be? How can it be now? Oh. Oh, I have my voltmeter was off. Ah, there we go. Well, my voltmeter's off. It has low impedance. Go figure. I didn't know that. So, yeah, so let's back out here a bit. All right, let's turn on our backlight so we can see it. All right, so if we're going to twiddle this thing, here is the ground. We're coming in with 0 volts, and as we increase the voltage, the LED is lit down here. Can you see down there? It's in the too low condition. So we're going to come up and up and up and up and up. So our voltage is rising on our system, and our system monitor is taking a look, and as soon as our voltage comes up to around 1.35 volts, we're good to go. And then as it goes up higher and higher and higher, oh, it just fired again. So 2.5 volts is too high. So in this particular system, 1/3 of 5 volts is that, and 2/3 of 5 volts is that. Okay, so that's the way it works. So our little circuit is working, right? And there's a little bit of hysteresis in there too. I think it's about 20% hysteresis, something like that. I forget. We'll take a look at the data sheet. But that's the way the little part works. Okay, back to the data sheet here. We can take a look at some other things. Yada, yada, yada. Let's see. Our internal reference is typically 1.27, but it can vary between 1.245 and 1.295, so it does have a tolerance. Then there's a whole bunch of graphs and functional diagrams, and then it shows you different ways to use the thing. A dual negative voltage detector. You can use the dividers and stuff to create a way to look at negative voltages. So there's a dual positive under voltage, a dual positive over voltage, a dual negative over voltage, a dual negative under voltage, a positive voltage window detector. That's kind of what we had. A negative voltage window detector, positive and negative over voltage detectors, positive and negative under voltage detectors, over voltage detector with audio alarm. Okay, whatever. And then microprocessor, microprocessor takes a look at everything. So you can see that I talked about that mode selection. You can do the over or under and positive and negative as different ways of strapping the part. What I thought would be fun would be to take a look at the hysteresis on the oscilloscope. So let's look at that. Okay, so what we're looking here is that the yellow line is going to be the input. So I'm sending a ramp into one of those comparators, and it should fire around 1.27 volts, okay? And the green is the output, okay? So we're going to be using some markers here, and let's do this marker. So they're both together now. Let's do this marker. Seems to be firing right around there. And this marker. All right, so I think we need a little more voltage here so we can see the differences. All right, so, wow, there's not much hysteresis, is there? Yeah, I don't see any hysteresis at all on this particular device. Huh. It's probably hard to read there, but this is reading 1.2625, 1.24. That's not a lot of difference. Let's see here. Let's throw that one down there. Let's see here. Let's move this one right about there. And on the other side, it's just slightly higher. Wow, it's just slightly higher, maybe one there. So there's our hysteresis. On this falling edge, we're firing where the bottom line is, and over there when it comes up, it's on the top line. So our hysteresis is 1.22 to 1.3. So a little bit of hysteresis. I think I read 20% of the data sheet. Let me go back and read its description. Comparators that have a 2% hysteresis. Okay, that's why it's so small. I thought it was 20. 2% hysteresis. 25 millivolts of hysteresis. All right, there you go. Can you see that? Maybe not. Let me zoom way in on it. All right, so I found a little grab bag for $1 for these little guys here. And there was 1, 2, 3, 4, I got 5 of them. And it was the MC33161 chip of the day.